Kingdom Hearts 3 starts with a flashback where a young Xehanort and Ericus talk about the Lost Masters who started the Keyblade War, referring to the Foretellers. Then some time passes and we see Xehanort talking to the Master of Masters in the Keyblade Graveyard. In this conversation, Xehanort explains that during his journey, he saw many people justifying their bad actions, and those people had darkness growing in their hearts. So he decides that he wants to maintain the balance between light and darkness so that the world doesn't fall to ruin. Then the Master of Masters agrees with him and tells Xehanort that he'll become so strong that he'll control the darkness himself. And this makes Xehanort question who the Master is. So the Master tells Xehanort his name and that he's a lost master. Then the game cuts to 75 years to the present, where Master Xehanort is talking to Xigbar and Sayax about the members of the true Organization 13. In this conversation, we find out that the final roster will be Master Xehanort, Xigbar, and Sayax, who are leading the organization, Xemnas, Ansem, Young Xehanort, Ventus, and Replica Riku, who have time traveled from the past, Marluxia and Luxu, who are looking for the 7 new Princesses of Heart, just in case the Guardians of Light aren't ready, Luxord, who is looking for something on Xigbar's order, Terranort, who was revived when Xemnas and Ansem were defeated, and lastly, Xion, who was recreated based on Vexen's data. Also, talking about Vexen and Demyx, they rejoined the organization as backups. And with that out of the way, let's get to Sora, Donald, and Goofy arriving in Olympus Coliseum, where they run into Hades, who is trying to conquer Olympus again by releasing the Titans. But before our heroes can fight Hades, he sends them flying away. After this, Hades is confronted by Maleficent and Pete, who asks Hades about a black box. But Hades doesn't know what they're talking about, so they leave. After this, our heroes are caught by Hercules. Then, as our heroes and Hercules are saving people, they run into Xigbar, who warns Sora about having too much power and how it could hurt the people close to him. Then he encourages Sora to find the missing Keyblade wielders and leaves. After this, our heroes get to the top of Mount Olympus to defeat Hades and the Titans. Then our heroes fight and they free Zeus, who helps them get rid of the Titans. Following this, Hades runs away. Then Sora, Donald, and Goofy leave to continue their journey. Then the game cuts to Pete digging up Pandora's box, but Maleficent tells him that it isn't the right box, so they leave. But Xigbar was spying on them. Then Xigbar is confronted by Luxord, who wants to know why Xigbar wants the black box, and why he is so secretive about it, and who Xigbar is. But Xigbar doesn't answer the question, so Luxord drops it, saying that it doesn't matter to him, and he leaves. Then Xigbar wonders who Luxord is. Following this, the game cuts to Aqua and Ansem the Wise in the Realm of Darkness. Then Ansem SOD appears and asks Ansem the Wise about a girl whose memories were experimented on in Radiant Garden, and wants to know where she is now. But Ansem the Wise doesn't know what he's talking about, so Ansem SOD tries to kidnap him, but Aqua fights him. Unfortunately, Aqua is defeated easily because she lost her Keyblade at the end of Kingdom Hearts 0.2. So Ansem the Wise goes with Ansem SOD in exchange for Aqua's life, but Aqua falls into the dark waters and gets consumed by the darkness. Later on, the game cuts to Mickey and Riku getting to Aqua's location, but Mickey says that Aqua has fallen into a deeper abyss and that he can't see her. Then they get attacked by a swarm of Heartless and get swallowed. But Replica Riku saves Riku from being drowned in the darkness. When Riku wakes up, his Keyblade is destroyed, so Mickey suggests that they regroup at the mysterious tower. When they arrive, Sora, Donald, and Goofy are there as well, so everyone explains their situations, and Yen Sid tells everyone what to do. So Yensid tells Mickey and Riku to retrace Aqua's steps to find a link that will lead to her, to find Merlin so Riku can get a new Keyblade and Mickey can upgrade his, on top of asking them to give Axel and Kairi new outfits that will ward off the darkness. Then Yensid gives Sora a new outfit that will defend him from the darkness, Jiminy rejoins the team, and Sora gets a cell phone that will be his new journal. Then everyone leaves. When Sora, Donald, and Goofy get on the ship, they're called by Ienzo, and he explains that Sora has more than one heart within him. Sora believes that this heart is Roxas. Then Ienzo says that he will keep investigating based on that information and hangs up. After this, Sora, Donald, and Goofy decide to follow Roxas's heart and goes to Twilight Town, where they're immediately attacked by nobodies and a swarm of Heartless, after mentioning Roxas's name. After fighting off the enemies, they reunite with Hainer, Pence, and Olette. Then Sora explains that Roxas was friends with them in a Data Twilight Town, and asks the Twilight Town crew to help him find Roxas, and they agree. Their search leads them to the Haunted Mansion, where they try to open the Data Twilight Town, but they fail. However, Ienzo calls because he noticed that a terminal was activated, and they connect the two computers so they can analyze the Data Twilight Town, meaning that they're one step closer to bringing Roxas back. So everyone leaves Pence in charge of the computer, but when Sora, Donald, and Goofy get outside, they get surprised by Xemnas and Ansem SOD, who confronts Sora about where Roxas's heart will go if Sora releases it. But Goofy points out that Ansem, Xemnas, and Xehanort are coexisting, so there must be a way. Then our heroes leave Twilight Town. Following this, the game cuts to Axel and Kairi's training in Marilyn's pocket dimension, but Axel is starting to remember Xion due to her being recreated and Kairi's similar appearance. Then the game gets back to Sora, Donald, and Goofy as they arrive in Toy Box, where Rex the dinosaur is watching the trailer for Venom Rex, a video game in the Kingdom Hearts universe. When our heroes meet the toys, Rex believes that Sora is the main character of Venom Rex, Yozora. After talking to Buzz and Woody, they realize that young Xehanort is causing trouble in this world, so our heroes help the toys out by stopping young Xehanort. After helping the toys, Sora realizes that he can't undo the damage young Xehanort did to Toy Box right now, meaning that the toys will have to wait before they're reunited with Andy. But they tell Sora it's fine because they're friends now. After this, our heroes get back on the ship and call King Mickey about a body for Roxas, and Riku interrupts to explain replica bodies to Sora, referring to replica Riku, and says that since Ienzo has experience with them, he's probably making one for Roxas as they speak. So Riku and Mickey check on Roxas's body, while Sora, Donald, and Goofy go to the Kingdom of Corona, where a couple of things happen. Our heroes find out that Rapunzel is a new Princess of Heart, and they finally meet Marluxia after losing their memories from Castle Oblivion. And then they stop Marluxia's plan. After doing this, our heroes say goodbye to their new friends and leave Corona. Following this, the game cuts to Ienzo telling Riku and Mickey that replicas were Vexen's area of expertise, but Vexen went missing after Axel left the castle in Dream Drop Distance. So Mickey and Riku figure out that Vexen has rejoined the organization, and that's how Ansem and Xemnas have separate bodies from Master Xehanort. So they leave to tell everyone about this revelation. Then the game cuts to Vexen telling Sayax that all he cares about is making the replica bodies as real as possible. Following this, the game picks up with Sora, Donald, and Goofy arriving in Monstropolis, where they help Mike and Sully get Boo back home. After fighting their way through waves of Unversed and Randall's schemes, they get Boo back to her door, but they're interrupted interrupted by Ventus, who wants to take Ventus back from Sora. But before Ventus can do this, Sully and Mike get rid of him. Then Sully takes Boo home, and Sora, Donald, and Goofy go back to their ship, where Ienzo calls them to say that he's making progress with Roxas's new body. Then Ienzo tells them that Sora has 3 extra hearts within him, referring to Roxas, Ventus, and Xion, and that these hearts need the appropriate bodies to become their own people again. Side note here, Xion's heart is inside of Sora because she was created using some of Sora's memories in 358 over 2 days. So with this information, Sora continues his journey to gain the power of waking, find Ventus, and this other person that he doesn't know about. This leads our heroes to Arendelle, where a few things happen. In this world, Sora, Donald, and Goofy find out that Anna and Elsa are both new princesses of Heart, on top of our heroes meeting Luxu for the first time since Chain of Memories. After these events play out, our heroes head to the mysterious tower where Riku and King Mickey are. After this, everyone has a conversation to update each other about current events, and Sora asks if he can go to the realm of darkness to find Aqua, but Yensid tells Sora to continue building his strength so he can gain the power of waking, while Riku and Mickey go back to the realm of darkness to save Aqua. Then the game cuts to Marluxia, Luxu, Luxord, and Demyx having a conversation. However, Xemnas arrives and says that it's time to reveal the ancient Keyblade legacy within them, leaving everyone surprised. Following this, the game cuts to Sora, Donald, and Goofy in the Caribbean, where they reunite with Jack Sparrow and encounter Luxord, who is looking for the black box. But the black box isn't there, so Luxord leaves, allowing our heroes to help Jack and the pirates fight Davy Jones. After defeating Davy Jones, Sora, Donald, and Goofy head to the next world. But before we continue their adventure, the game cuts to Axel and Kairi talking. In this conversation, Kairi mentions that she wants Naminé to get her own body just like Roxas, and Axel tells Kairi about the time he met Ventus during Birth by Sleep. After this, the game shifts perspective to both of the Ansems in Twilight Town. But the Twilight Town crew overhears that Ansem the Wise has data on Roxas and Naminé, and that he regrets what he did to them. On top of hearing Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, asking for data about the mysterious girl who was experimented on in Radiant Garden. After hearing this, Hainer, Pence, and Olette try to save Ansem the Wise, but they get overpowered until some lesser nobodies save them, and they run away. Once they're safe, Vexen arrives and reveals that he was commanding the nobodies, and Vexen tells his master that he wants to atone as well. Following this, the game picks up with Sora, Donald, and Goofy in San Fransokyo, where they meet the Big Hero 6, who are dealing with the threat of Replica Riku and Dark Baymax. So our heroes help the Big Hero 6 stop Replica Riku and save Dark Baymax, so with their new friends being okay, they go back to the gummy ship. Then the game cuts to Mickey and Riku being overwhelmed by the Heartless in the realm of darkness. Unfortunately for them, Mickey drops his Keyblade and it's picked up by Aqua, who's been corrupted by the darkness. After this, the game cuts back to Sora, Donald, and Goofy, who are informed about this situation by Chip and Dale. So Sora's heart leads them to Destiny Island, where Sora finds Aqua's Keyblade and a path that will lead him to the realm of darkness. However, he asks Donald and Goofy to stay on Destiny Islands in case something bad happens. But before Sora enters the realm of darkness, could you please like and subscribe to let me know that you're enjoying the content so I can make more videos you enjoy. Now let's get back to the story. When Sora arrives, he helps Riku defeat the Heartless attacking him and fights Aqua to bring her back to her senses. After the fight, the darkness leaves Aqua and she falls unconscious. When Aqua wakes, she is in the realm of light and is greeted by Sora, Riku, Donald, Goofy, and Mickey, meaning that Aqua has has finally been rescued from the realm of darkness. Then the game moves to Radiant Garden, where Vexen convinces Demyx to help him bring back Roxas and Naminé, on top of telling Demyx that Sayax is helping them as well. Following this, Demyx brings a replica body and Ansem the Wise to Ienzo, so they can make the final touches on a body for Roxas. Then the game picks up with our heroes and Aqua going to Castle Oblivion. When they arrive, Aqua transforms Castle Oblivion back into the land of departure, where they find Ventus sleeping. Unfortunately, Vanitas arrives and tries to absorb Ventus, but Aqua stops him and they start fighting. Meanwhile, Sora talks to Ventus's heart, and it explains that people can only unlock the power of waking when they truly need it. So with this revelation, Sora finally unlocks the power of waking and gives Ventus his heart back. When Ventus wakes up, he saves Aqua from Vanitas and Vanitas runs away. Following this, the Guardians of Light regroup at the mysterious tower and everyone gets reacquainted with each other. Then they promise to save the people who need their help, referring to Roxas, Naminé, and Terra. Following this, everyone splits up to rest for the final battle. Aqua and Ventus stay at the mysterious tower, vowing to bring Terra back. Then the game cuts to Twilight Town and Maleficent is telling Pete that the black box will appear after the Keyblade War finishes, then they leave. Following this, the game moves to Axel and Sayax having a conversation where it's revealed that they only joined the organization to save a girl who was trapped in Radiant Garden's castle as a test subject. And Sayax tells Axel that when he became Xemnas' right-hand man, he couldn't find any information on the girl, leading to a dead end. Following this, the conversation ends with the two friends understanding that they'll fight each other during the Keyblade War. After this, the game cuts to Destiny Islands, where Riku talks to Replica Riku, who is currently within his heart. And Riku Replica says that he has one last thing to do. Then we move over to Kairi and Sora promising to keep each other safe. On the next day, the Guardians of Light unite at the Keyblade Graveyard, where they get taken out one by Xehanort and a massive swarm of Heartless, resulting in their deaths. When Sora wakes up, he's in a place called the Final World and meets a Cherfi, who explains that the Final World is a place between life and death, meaning that Sora is hanging on to life by a thread. Then Cherfi continues by telling Sora that his friends are gone forever or they're hanging on to life as well, but they're not in the Final World. Following this, Sora runs into Naminé and she explains that if Sora saves Kairi, she'll be restored as well. Then Sora puts himself back together, but before Sora leaves, he asks Cherfi why he's in the Final World, and Cherfi explains that a friend of his has lost their memories and that he's waiting for them. After this, Sora uses the power of waking to restore the hearts of his friends. However, he runs into young Xehanort, who warns Sora about misusing the power of waking and tells Sora that he will pay a terrible price for doing this. Due to Sora reviving everyone, the timeline goes back to the moment just before everyone was defeated. Following this, Xehanort appears again and tries to attack Ventus, but is stopped by Terra's lingering wail, who leads Xehanort away. Following this, the massive swarm of Heartless appear again, but this time the spirits of the Keyblade wielders who died in the first Keyblade War help Sora defeat them. Sadly, Replica Riku appears and summons even more Heartless to wear out the Guardians of Light. Luckily, Yensid appears to deal with the Heartless along with Donald and Goofy staying behind to help him as everyone else moves forward. Following this, the 7 Guardians of Light confront the 13 Seekers of Darkness, and the Keyblade War begins. Sora starts by helping Riku fight Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, Replica Riku, and Xigbar. As the fight continues, Ansem leaves, which allows Sora and Riku to defeat Xigbar, who reveals that he only joined Xehanort so he could get the old man's Keyblade, and he falls off a cliff. Right after this, replica Riku from the past gets defeated, and the current replica Riku removes him from the replica body. Then the current replica Riku tells the real Riku that the body is for Namine and asks him to take care of her. So with that, both of the replica Rikus pass away for the final time. After this, Demyx arrives to take Namine's body back to Radiant Garden. Then Riku goes after Ansem as Sora helps Mickey fight Xemnas, Marluxia, Loxine, and Luxor. As the fight continues, Xemnas leaves, which allows Sora and Mickey to defeat the Nobodies, allowing them to be recompleted. However, as the Nobodies fade away, Marluxia thanks Sora for helping him become a complete person again and says that he's getting his memories back. Then Loxine reveals that she only joined the organization because Marluxia wanted to. And lastly, Luxor gives Sora a wild card, telling him that it could turn the tide when he needs it. So with that, those Nobodies fade away to get recompleted. After this, Mickey goes after Xemnas while Sora helps Aqua and Ventus defeat Xehanort and Ventus. When Ventus gets defeated, he reveals that he isn't the darkness of Ventus's heart, saying that he existed for a long time before Ventus and that he just got trapped within Ventus until Master Xehanort pulled him out. Then Ventus fades away with a smile on his face. Following this, Xehanort overpowers Sora, Aqua, and Ventus, getting ready to kill his former friends. But the Dark Guardian, that's been controlled by Xehanort and Ansem Seeker of Darkness, saves Aqua and Ventus. Following this, the Guardian attacks Xehanort and speaks, revealing that it's Terra. So Sora takes this opportunity to separate the piece of Xehanort within Terra's body, which allows Terra to reclaim his body and become a complete person again. Seeing that everything is okay, Sora leaves the three friends so they can recover while he helps Axel and Kairi fight Cyax and Xion. Unfortunately, Cyax and Xion gain the upper hand when Xemnas arrives. After his arrival, Xemnas attempts to kill Axel, but Xion, who doesn't have her memories, instinctively stops him. Then Sora steps in, figuring out that Xion is the third heart within him, and Xion's heart goes back to her, which restores her appearance and her memories, and causes everyone to remember her. So Xemnas tries to kill Xion out of frustration, however a heart leaves Sora's body and then a blinding light appears. Within this light is Roxas, who left Sora's body to get his own from Radiant Garden to protect his friends, meaning that finally Sora, Roxas, Ventus, and Xion are separated. Following this, Xemnas kidnaps Kairi and runs away. So Sora puts that in the back of his mind so he can help Roxas and Xion defeat Cyax. After being defeated, Cyax explains that he joined the new organization due to Axel abandoning him and the girl in the castle. But Axel explains that he never abandons anyone, but he is sorry for making Cyax feel that way. So with this, the two friends make up and Cyax fades away to be recompleted. Following this, Sora joins Mickey and Riku to take down the final four members of the 13 Seekers of Darkness. Starting with Ansem Seeker of Darkness, he admits upon his death that he always knew that Riku was stronger than him and encourages Riku to seek more. Then he passes away for the final time. Following Ansem, Xemnas falls as well, admitting that he regrets how he treated the original Organization 13 as he passes away, and they finally conquer young Xehanort by sending him back to the past. But before he goes home, young Xehanort taunts Sora about the price he will pay for overusing the power of waking. After that, Master Xehanort kills Kairi, completes the true X-Blade, and summons Kingdom Hearts. Following this, everyone arrives and Riku recalls that Xehanort can transcend time and space, meaning that Xehanort is a portal himself. So Mickey suggests that they use that power against Xehanort to push him out of their world forever. So the remaining Keyblade wielders stay back to contain Kingdom Hearts, while Sora opens a portal that takes him, Donald, Goofy, and Xehanort to Scholar at Xehanort. Before they fight, Xehanort explains that this world used to be a seat of power for all Keyblade wielders, and a nexus that all other worlds spawn from. Side note here, Scholar at Xehanort was built on top of Daybreak Town, which is where Kingdom Hearts Key back cover took place. But getting back to the story, our heroes fight Xehanort, and after an extremely tough fight, they win. After the fight, the Guardians of Light catch up to our heroes and Terra reveals that Ericus's heart was within him. This explains why Xehanort could never destroy Terra. So Ericus convinces Xehanort to give Sora the X-Blade and give up. Then he says goodbye to his students and goes to the afterlife with Xehanort. After this, Sora uses the X-Blade to close Kingdom Hearts and everyone goes back to the Keyblade Graveyard. However, Sora isn't satisfied with this because Kairi is out there alone, so he goes on a journey to bring her back. But before Sora starts his journey, the game cuts to someone picking up Xehanort's Keyblade with the black box. Then 4 of the Foretellers appear and Ira asks the hooded figure if he's Luxu because he looks different. He says that he is, taking off his hood, revealing that Xigbar was Luxu the entire time. Luxu explains that he had to get rid of his old body and that he's been doing this for a long time. Then the Foretellers ask Luxu about what's going on and about Ava. So Luxu says that that's going to be a long story as he stares at the black box. Meanwhile, Maleficent and Pete watch this conversation from a distance. Then the game cuts back to Sora, who went to the final world to get help from Chirfi to get Kairi back. So Chirfi explains a couple of things. Chirfi explains that Sora has broken a law of nature by misusing the power of waking, and that he'll lose the power of waking on top of vanishing from this world as his punishment from the universe. But Sora accepts this, so Chirfi explains that Sora will have to go back to the past where he will collect a piece of Kairi by jumping between the Guardians of Light because of their connection to Kairi, starting with himself to Ventus, to Aqua, to Terra, and eventually Roxas. But Sora takes too long on getting Riku and Mickey's piece, so Kairi dies again. But Sora concocts a plan where he jumps into the portal leading to Scholar at Xehanort before his past self and regathers the 5 pieces he lost due to Kairi dying again. Unfortunately, Sora fails again because his past self is here to fight Xehanort, so he has to leave or he'll cause a paradox. However, Sora realizes that if all hearts are connected, he can trace his connection to Riku, which allows him to get a piece from Riku, and he does the same thing to King Mickey, meaning that Sora now has all 7 pieces of Kairi. Following this, Sora goes to an unknown place that hasn't been named yet, but I like to call it the Realm of Hearts or the Realm of Connection, because of what Sora does here. These keyholes represent the hearts connected to Sora and the hearts connected to them, showing that all hearts are connected. So Sora traces his connection to every heart that he has ever met, which allows him to find the connections that relate to Kairi and gains enough power to bring Kairi back. But before Sora and Kairi can enjoy their reunion, they fight the last remnants of Xehanort. After winning the fight, Sora and Kairi go back to the Keyblade Graveyard to finish off Xehanort permanently with everyone's help. Following this, Sora and Kairi go to the final world to thank Chirfi, but Sora also convinces Chirfi to leave the final world to be with the person he's waiting for, and Chirfi agrees. Following this, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy return to Disney Castle. Then Sora and Kairi drop off Cherfi and we find out that Cherfi was waiting for Ventus. The game moves to Twilight Town where Axel, Roxas, Xion, Syx, and the Twilight Town crew are eating ice cream. Following this, we move over to Radiant Garden where Sora releases Naminé's heart from Kairi so she can go into her own body. Then the game moves over to Destiny Island where everyone is celebrating, but unfortunately, this is where Sora fades away. Following this, 1 year passes and we pick up with Riku explaining to the Final Fantasy characters that Mickey, Donald, and Goofy are looking for traces of Sora in the worlds that he has been to. Aqua, Terra, and Ventus are looking for Sora in the realm of darkness. Everyone in Twilight Town is studying Roxas and Xion's memories. And lastly, Kairi has been asleep for a year as the scientists in Radiant Garden search her heart for Sora. Then Fairy Godmother appears and looks into Riku's dreams at the request of Yen Sid. In Riku's dreams, he and Sora are in a giant city, but Yozora is spying on Riku from a distance. Then the game cuts to Sora in the final world, and he's confronted by Yozora who wants to fight him. After hearing his name, Sora ends up winning the fight and Yozora says that he isn't needed yet and fades away. Then Yozora wakes up in a car where Luxu is talking to him, and that is the end of the Kingdom Hearts 3 timeline. With that being said, if you want to see more timeline videos like this one or video essays on your favorite video games, like, comment, and subscribe with notifications turned on. But with that being said, it's been Skipx and I'm out.